One of the manufacturers that we've kind of been watching in the wings over the past few months is a manufacturer called Paudi, P-A-U-D-I, Chinese manufacturer. Now, that's no surprise. What is surprising is that they contacted us about a month and a half ago and asked if they could send along a sample for inclusion on the show. Now, we love when that happens because it gives us a chance to see something a little bit different and pass it along to you so we can get your opinion and give it back to that company and maybe see if there's a market for some of the stuff. This is an interesting piece. It's a little bit offbeat, and we're going to see how you guys like it. This is an Infiniti FX50. This is the Performance Infiniti crossover, the XUV. They're not really SUVs so much anymore. First impressions of this model when I took it out of the box was that it was really, really well finished. This is a higher end job on a car that may or may not have a lot of appeal for American collectors, but the real thing, it's an interesting piece. Got a 5-liter V8, 390 horse. They go for about $60,000. 7-speed automatic transmission, all-wheel drive. This is the big brother to the FX35, which has a 3.5-liter, 303 horsepower V6. Now, this model came right out of the box at a price point of about $128. Beautiful, deep chocolate brown, almost like a bitter chocolate paint. The fitment of all the parts all the way around the thing is impeccable. The shut lines are unbelievably close, to the point where opening and closing some of the panels looks like it's going to be a lot harder than it actually winds up being. Beautiful brake discs behind the wheels, nice rubber. All of the trim pieces on the car are separate castings, including, of course, all the headlights. These side vents, which have become such a big styling theme over the past couple of years. I mean, just the first walk around is very, very favorable. So favorable, you know, the first thing you ask yourself is like, well, what else are these guys making? Are they making an Infiniti sports car? Are they making the big Infinitis? What else do they make? Well, let's put it on the close-up table while I tell you a little bit more about them. First off, you can get a good idea, that aggressive face on this car. They've really sculpted this thing beautifully. They've got that interesting texture in the grille, beautiful chrome. Everything is fitted into the casting just about as well as I've ever seen any model done. Nice wheels, of course, with the steel. Brake discs behind them. Again, this is a performance SUV. It's got that really serious, aggressive stance to it with the wheel well filling wheels and tires. Nicely trimmed out. Look at the shut lines on the doors. The paint is absolutely exceptional on this. There were 0 flaws on this thing. Again, great lensing, dual exhausts, foil-based badging on the back. I haven't removed the protective tape on this one because we're going to be putting this in for photos. We don't like to do that before we take the photographs. We like to get it done just about the time we're going to photograph the car, just in case we have an issue with anything. So far, based upon the quality I've seen of this thing, I don't think we're going to have an issue with anything. Great lensing. Of course, the back opens up. Let's open up the hatch here. There we go. Oops. Nice little friction struts. They do a decent job holding the piece up. This is a heavy metal casting. They might have thought that through a little more. Nice flocking on the floor. This panel looks like it might be removable, but in fact it is not. Dual exhaust, as I said. Let's get these doors open and show you some of this interior detailing. Very cool stuff. All 4 doors open up. Here we go. That's a nice job of it. Again, a lot of plastic used, but check out the leather look on those seats, that distinctive diamond tufted look that the Infiniti 50 has. Then open up the other side to get a little more light inside. This, we just got to know, it is a left-hand or right-hand drive. It is done American style. There we go. Got the left-hand drive. Really a nice job on the inside. A lot of flocking, a lot of texturing. It's got a working suspension. It's got mirrors that fold, which is always a neat little feature on some of these. And true to the real car, now this is going to be a little bit of a bear to get this open. Let me get some fun tack and get this open. Very tight seams. There we go. It's got the realism of the real motor. It's a plate casting. There's not an awful lot to see with these engines on the real cars. The more remarkable thing about this piece is that it's as heavy as heck, and the reason for that is it's got a full metal frame. This is mostly, I mean, the major part is die-cast metal, some plastic pieces. Just a really aggressive looking, really, really cool piece. These are on the market for around $128, and that's the price they gave us. Bad news is nobody here sells these things. There are outlets in the UK, there are outlets in Russia. There's a lot of places overseas you might be able to get this one, but if you're looking for it in America, well, you're just going to have to reach out to your favorite retailer, tell them you saw it here, and, if they want to call us, we'd be more than happy to see if we can connect an American source with this really interesting Asian maker. Very cool piece, very offbeat.